Welcome to a Weezer review, where we do just about everything, uh, including reviews. By the way, why do YouTubers say we are bringing you something? Like, we're about to do this, when there's only one YouTuber? I know I just did it because maybe it sounds right, but who the fuck cares? Anyway, let's get back to what we were doing. Well, as you know, we're obviously going to be reviewing Star Trek. Fuck me. Star Wars, I'm sorry. Yeah, and we're going to be talking about how why Star Wars is number one. Now, I understand that, it's this cult thing, everybody loves Star Wars. But there's so much other things that are original masterpieces that are out right now that are making me think, why? Why Star Wars? Why? Why do we all have to go and see Star Wars? Let's make it $1 billion. Let's just give it to them. Here you go. Here's 5 more times of money worth. Happy birthday, Disney. You deserve it. I saw it twice. But you know what? I gotta say, it was great. It was great. I was entertained. I probably pissed myself twice at a couple scenes. Didn't really care for some characters, but it was entertaining. J.J. Abrams did good. I mean, people don't realize this is J.J. Abrams, not George Lucas. You know, he had so much pressure on him. Disney breathing down his back. You know, he had George Lucas to redeem. You know what I mean? He had a lot of stress on his shoulders, and he made a masterpiece. Obviously, it made the most money. So, oh man, it's cold out there. Sorry, I had to go do something. Let's hash out Star Wars really quick into little bits, okay? Let's talk about the actors, or so-called the characters, okay? There was Rey, right? I actually liked Rey. A lot of people did not really care for her so much. They were like, "Who is this chick? Who is this chick?" Now, there's a lot of fan theories, but we all really know that it's Luke Skywalker's daughter. But anyway, yeah, I didn't really like either, though, that she could just wield the lightsaber. Now, I understand, she's probably a solo, um, but Han, uh, wow. She's probably a Skywalker, but I mean, Luke Skywalker had a whole training, thing with Yoda, like to even get it down, you know what I mean? Whole entire training thing. And this is probably the daughter of him, or whatever, or she does just have the Force and she has no relation. It doesn't matter. Everyone has to train with the lightsaber, which goes back to the point that how could Finn wield it? Where he pretty much beat Kylo Ren. You know what I mean? That pissed me off too. Okay, this random guy that doesn't have the Force, probably doesn't have the Force, can wield the lightsaber. Uh, when I saw that, I wanted to throw up. I mean, no one wields a lightsaber except Jedi, right? I mean, or people with the Force. You know, under rare circumstances, can you wield the lightsaber? And they kind of just gave it to him. They're like, "Oh, here's the lightsaber. Do you want it? Uh, you know, here you go. Go ahead, go fight Kylo Ren." and he pretty much wins against Kylo Ren, which, let's talk about Kylo Ren. Okay, um, awesome at first. I loved him. He stopped the laser blast in midair, and everyone's like, holy shit, this guy's the real deal. And then all of a sudden, he takes his mask off. To me, everyone's like, oh my god, that guy's so hot. No, what? Remember when Darth Vader took his helmet off? He was not, oh my god, hot. He was, oh my god, uh, he's in a lot of pain, suffering, whatever. When Kylo Ren took his mask off, he looked like another Anakin Skywalker from the prequels. He looked whiny, he looked annoying. I couldn't take him seriously anymore, and he was so powerful that he could stop a blast midair, but he couldn't really affect Rey. That doesn't really have the Force controlled yet, but during the span of a whole film, she almost overpowers Luke in some ways. Now, Han Solo's death. Let's talk about that. Now, Han Solo was the best thing for that movie for me, and I understand he wanted to die. He even asked the George Lucas, "Can I please die?" During the other ones, but and it's kind of cool he got his thing, but the serious thing about it was I don't think it was needed. Just because he wanted to. I mean, that scene was powerful. Now I'm hearing people say, oh, he didn't get his moment with Chewbacca where Chewbacca gets really pissed off. But, I actually saw the scene where Chewbacca got pissed off, and I was like, holy shit, Chewbacca's pissed off. I remember turning to my girlfriend and saying, holy shit, Chewbacca is pissed off. But the thing that is true is you don't really get a scene with Leia. She's like doing this thing, and then CP3PO some good news. She's like, oh, we need to hear it. And then all of a sudden, no one gives a shit about Han Solo. Now, probably in the later movie they will, but great. That's fantastic. That death was pretty good, though. I do gotta admit, the way they showed the death was great, with Kylo Ren just pulling out the lightsaber, but just makes another excuse of, okay, Kylo Ren was just about to be a good guy, and then all of a sudden, the dark side affects him, which then goes later on to when he screams traitor at Finn. When he's about to fight Finn, he says, hey, traitor! And then it makes you think, well, you were just about to change yourself. You have no right to yell that, Let's talk about Leia. She kind of seemed forced in there. Get it? But yeah, anyway, she did seem kind of forced in there. I get that they're trying to get the whole crew back, but it was cool to see her come out to the ship, but I didn't really think she was needed. She was kind of just there, to have a sweet moment with Han in the beginning, and then that was it. But that's my opinion. Okay, let's talk about Snoke. A lot of theories going around about him. Now, I actually love Snoke. I think he's awesome. A lot of people say, why the CG? Come on, the CG. Ugh. But I liked Snoke. I thought he was cool. A lot of people say, oh, he's still Darth Vader. He's got the same scar on his head. And it actually is kind of placed, like, kind of creepily the same. But don't believe any of that shit. I actually think, honestly, I know I just said don't believe any of that shit, and I'm about to say what I think it is. I think it's Lord Plagueis, and yeah, I think everyone really kind of thinks that too. I mean, it's almost an obvious explanation. Watch it not even be anyone. Watch it just be Snoke, and Snoke's a new character. That's what's going to piss, I think, everybody off when everyone realizes Snoke is just another character in the Star Wars. I know there are more characters, but I mean, those are the ones I really just wanted to focus on. Now, let's talk about the plot. Plot was pretty thin, okay? It was just taking the same story of a certain Star Wars. Which Star Wars could that be? I don't know. Maybe Star Wars? They were just taking the whole Death Star premise and like, what should we do? Oh, let's make it bigger. And like the whole thing was like, okay, it looked cool, right? I was like, okay, another Death Star, whatever. I'm fine with that. I'm down. But you know, the other Star Wars, the whole like main thing at the end of that film was let's get the Death Star blown up. In this, it was like a 2 second thing. Hey, well, we got Finn. Want to go explode it? Let's go explode it. I know where it is. I know where the weak points are. And then they go there with this team and literally blow up the Death Star, the big one, in like 3 seconds, and it pissed me off. I was like, what? Like, I'm at the end of the third prequel. I mean, you get a cool shot of Darth Vader staring out at the Death Star being created, which is like the main thing, to control the galaxies. And in this new reimagined Star Wars, that's like glossed over, like, oh, it's just another weapon. And I think it's just a gateway for J.J. Abrams to do whatever the hell he wants for later movies, and that's fine. I'm actually fine with that. I actually want that. This is where we say, was it worth $1 billion? Was it worth getting more than $1 billion? And that's when I say, nah, really wasn't. I mean, it was a great film. We all know it was going to make that much money, let's be honest, but I don't think it deserves to make that much money. I think the only reason people think it's as great as it is because, well, they're putting on their nostalgic glasses, you know, they're just watching it as they were watching it as a kid, and it's very understandable, I understand that, I really do, but no one's looking really at the great films that are out besides that. So, if I gave it a rating, a review, 1 out of 10, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Some people are calling it the Force, fall asleep, and I just want to make sure that, everyone gets the fair review. Overall review, Star Wars, great film, definitely lived up to its potential, but it did have some characters and things in there that weren't so fun. It kind of was boring at parts, and overall, we really strived for another George Lucas sequel than a J.J. Abrams remake or another sequel as you take it. So have a good one. Make sure you subscribe. Watch some more. I'm going to have some every week. And yeah, come on and geek out with me anytime you want. Have a good day.